In this video, I will be showing you all of the smartware and accessories that come in the Cubit Voyager Kit, and talking a little bit about them. This kit comes with the most pieces and is the most complete of the Qbit sets, including the hardware for the Qbit Racer as well as the main smartwares. Having this kit allows you to complete the most projects and experiment with the most smartware. So first, we should talk about the Qbit Controller. This is the most important piece when working with Qbit, as it is the brains of the whole setup. Each Qbit controller has one button on it towards the bottom. You can use this button in your programming, such as to activate certain parts of the program. Each controller also has an LED light within the middle recess that you can control in your programs, like changing its color or making it flash. The controller has 6 universal ports, which allow you to connect the controller to all the different smartware via a cable. Then, when you send it a program, it stores it in memory, meaning that the program can then be loaded from the controller when you connect it to Workshop again. The smartware that you need to connect the controller to a computer is the USB to JST block. This piece allows you to plug the controller into any computer with a USB port on it. It also allows you to turn on the controller in a remote area if you have a portable USB battery. The port on it is here. The next piece of smartware is the full color 10 LED smartware. This piece is a strip of 10 LED lights. The strip is slightly flexible, giving you some versatility in how you use it, and using Workshop you can control the color of each individual LED light on the strip. This allows you to affect as many or as few lights as you want, all at the same time. You can also change the color of the lights to any color you want. The port is here. This piece is called the buzzer smartware. It produces sound that you can modify and control in Workshop. The buzzer can make one beep, a series of beeps, and songs and tunes. You have control over the tempo, the key, and the note being played. The sound comes from the small opening on the front of the smartware, which allows you to cover or amplify the sound as you see fit. The port on it is here. Next is the Servo Motor. This is a simple motor with a small range of movement of about 190 degrees. The shaft in the center rotates around, giving you the ability to move small objects, press buttons, or even pull on levers within your projects. Workshop allows you to determine how fast or slow the motor moves, and in what direction or what position. The port is here on the extension of the motor. Similar to the servo motor is the DC motor. This motor has a slightly different shape, and its main shaft can turn completely around. This makes it good for rotating wheels, which is why the DC motor is usually paired with the wheel accessory in the Racer kit. The port is here on the extension, same as the servo motor. This piece of smartware is known as the distance sensor, sometimes called the ultrasonic distance sensor. While these bits on the front do look like speakers for sound, they actually are used to emit a high-pitched frequency, which the sensor can detect as it bounces back in order to determine how far away objects are. It's a lot like how a bat uses sonar to locate prey and move around. The smartware can be used to move around the Qbit Racer by making sure it doesn't bump into things, or just to determine if something has gotten too close to your project. The port is on the back. The light sensor is just what it sounds like. It detects how much or how little light there is. This can be used to trigger actions, like if a light is turned on, or you can just log the data that is gathered by the sensor to find out light levels throughout a set period of time. The small opening on the top of the smartware is where the actual sensor is, so make sure that part isn't covered up when you're setting up your projects. The port is here on the front. The Potentiometer smartware, also known as the dial, is just a small dial that you can rotate to adjust things within your program, like how many lights are lit up or how fast the buzzer beeps. The potentiometer only turns so far, and it won't turn all the way around like most volume dials. It's a very useful way to get your input affecting the program without having to do anything complex. The port is on the very bottom of the piece. Next is the temperature sensor. Like the light sensor, the temperature sensor is pretty self-explanatory. The smartware can determine how hot or cold it is in the surrounding area. You can use this to change things in your program if it gets too hot or cold, or you can use it to log the data the sensor collects over a set period of time. The actual sensor is the part right here that sticks out of the base, so be careful not to damage it when you're setting up your projects. The port is all the way on the bottom of the piece. This is the 9-sensor array, also known as the NineAxis IMU. This piece is able to determine what its orientation is in 3-dimensional space, and how fast or slow it's going within that space. The port is on the front face of the smartware. Now we get to the accessories included in this kit. This accessory is the Rechargeable Battery Pack. It gives you a way to turn on the Qbit Controller remotely without needing to keep it plugged into your computer to use it. Just connect the controller to the battery using the USB to JST plug. Make sure to keep it charged when you aren't using it so that it always has a charge when you do want to use it. The Cubrate Cable accessory allows you to connect all the pieces of smartware to the Qbit Controller. They're universal and plug into any smartware, so if you need to get them replaced, you can rest assured that they will always work with your pieces. When you plug them into the ports, make sure the prongs on one side line up with the openings in the ports. If it doesn't click into place easily, don't try and force it. The next accessory is the card chassis. This piece is the plastic body of the Qbit Racer. It's used to attach the appropriate smartware together in order to create the Qbit Racer. The DC motors attach on the sides and the wheels attach to the motors to give the racer movement. The LED goes on the front and the ultrasonic distance goes on top. The last accessory is the wheel accessory. This accessory is just a wheel, specially designed to be able to fit on the DC motor so that it can be used as part of the Qbit Racer. It's big enough to ensure that the racer stays off the ground, and its design lets it firmly stay in place on the motor. That was all the pieces that come in the Cubit Voyager Kit. Hopefully this video helped you to see how you can use these pieces and what they do. We've also got individual videos for each piece of smartware that go more in depth and show you how to make a small program with them if you want more help.